Hello, welcome. Today we have a VOD review on Anubis, Temple of Anubis. We got a diamond level match. This is an Ana player. Alright, let's see. I've never seen this video before, so I'll be commenting in real time. Looks like you're running Winston, Reinhardt, Zen, Ana, Genji. Who is your sixth? Okay, I don't know who your sixth is. Wow, I'm not a huge fan of this comp. Mainly because of the Reinhardt. Notice that no one's with him. And no one should be with him. Oh, actually, I'm gonna guess that you have a soldier to the right here, over here, or maybe just have someone from spawn who's not there yet. But if you do have a soldier there, then what is this Reinhardt really contributing? Right, he's not doing a whole lot. Back in season 1 and 2, we'd see people do this with the Reinhardt there. This season, people have figured out Overwatch more. Yeah, I'll stop there, but I'm not a huge fan of Reinhardt here. Your Zen looks out of position. He should be behind you. There's this nice like ledge over here that he can chill. If not, he can be like on the point. He can be up here on this ledge with you. Heck, I wouldn't even mind if he was, well, no, that's about it. Okay, cool. So in terms of where you are though, I think you're doing well. I think this is where I generally like Ana players to be. So, okay, cool. We'll let this run.
Let's do this.
Oh, what? Is that a fire strike? Okay, yeah, you do have a soldier. Except he is... where? Okay, okay. So, they are trying to clump up on this ledge here. Oh, man. I really don't like this. Okay, so this is actually pretty easy to counter. You just do a full-on dive comp, which is probably the most popular comp right now these days, especially on attack. You look for trades. Maybe they get some kills, you get some kills, and that's in their favor because they have the spawn advantage. So we'll see what happens. I would prefer to more spread out. If you were gonna run the Reinhardt, I would prefer a far more spread out comp where you guys are using all the space on this map, looking for high ground, and then you can kind of collapse on your opponents. Instead, you're all just clumped up, and that looks like a recipe for disaster. Okay.
They have a hog. Is that a
No
monkey
hands
as well?
out. They're all going in right side.
Fair enough.
Okay, it looks like okay, you got a Genji flanking there on the right. Good.
They're all going right
At least I think it was a Genji. Okay, so I am not a fan of how the opponents are attacking this, but maybe the meta is different here. I play on the Chinese servers, so maybe the meta is different on this server.
Monkey's jumping.
Looking for that Genji. You don't want to spend too much time. Oh, there he is. Looking for that Genji. You want to just be looking and then looking back for heals, and then looking for back for heals. Maybe like 1 to 2 seconds each, just kind of going back and forth. And then until somebody starts dying or until you see Genji, that's when you want to stick to one thing. That's generally the idea. It looks like you got a little lucky here. You're lucky he didn't reflect this grenade. It looked like you did it pretty close to him.
So that's the Genji behind
Monkey's down.
Oh man, yeah. I would prefer for you to turn away and shoot your grenade down at the ground. That was pretty risky what you just did.
Come here.
That's him.
And you didn't bother to go for a sleep dart. So the way I like to handle that is when I see him, I start to shoot at him, try to bait out a reflect, and then based on how the fight's going, if I'm starting to die, I immediately grenade the ground, and if he still has his reflect, you just have to kind of go for that last ditch. Actually, I don't think I'm gonna be able to talk about all the complexities of the Ana 1v1 and with the Genji. So I'll just say this. What I would have liked for you to see, what I would have liked to see from you is to, as soon as you saw him, I wanted you to turn around, get the nade down, start shooting to bait out the reflect. Once the reflect is down, you go for the sleep dart. That's generally the idea of what I want you to be doing. So we'll leave it at that. Yeah, and I did like that you were looking for him. Before he flanked you. You were just kind of, you just didn't really time it right. And maybe we could have heard him, but the sound's kind of quiet, so I couldn't hear his footsteps.
Oh, Genji's weak. Up top, behind, on point.
He's dead.
Oh, we got the ending, nice.
Coming with ult.
Take your medicine.
Hogs on me. Oh, thank you.
Can't
You got 2 down, so you're
Play safe, Ryan. Play safe.
yeah, play safer now.
Yep, good call. I'm slapped. Fuck no.
So let's kind of
Do
look at that
your,
again.
Hogs on me. Oh, thank you.
I'm not a huge fan of
You got
that
2
nade.
down, so you're
Play safe, Ryan. Play safe.
yeah, play safer now.
Yep, good call.
You messed up the sleep dart.
slapped.
I'm trying to think of what
No.
you could have done better there. Aside from, you know, maybe holding on to a better opportunity for nade and, you know, landing that sleep dart. Your positioning was pretty decent. But I don't have a whole lot more to say other than that.
I'll
We've
use your
got Zenyatta. We should be able to melt the monkey.
Okay. Hogs in.
You're going to be okay.
Oh, headshot, I guess. Okay, you have to be really careful about what you throw at a monkey because of bubble. So I really don't like that you went for a nade there. Actually, monkey is a pretty big problem for Ana because of his bubble. It can zone you out of healing for a while. It's kind of one of those things you're just gonna have to wait out, or if your teammates are smart, they will come out of the bubble for you. And so I want you to be a little bit more conservative about long range grenades and sleep darts when you're shooting at a monkey. And there are times where you can do it, like if you can catch him in the air with a sleep dart. But that's pretty advanced, so I wouldn't quite worry about that quite yet. Looks like your team is just crushing it though, so that's good on them. Gotta get that heal. You're missing the heal on the Reaper. Okay, so maybe a little work on your aim.
Let's not lose people here.
Take your medicine.
So again, so in that situation, I would have liked for you to go into the bubble and get the sleep dart off.
You're powered up. Get in.
I don't mind that nano boost. That's good nano boost, I think. Nice. Look for a sleep dart here. Good. You missed it, but that's okay. You missed that grenade. I don't think you tagged anybody with that.
Weak side behind point.
Hanzo.
You're going for a heal. I don't mind this. I like that. Now throw your grenade out at somebody. Look for a grenade here. Look for a grenade.
Restoring your health.
I would have liked for you to use grenade there on the Ana and your monkey.
This work.
Watching your back.
Okay.
You're going to be okay.
Let me know if they're walking down main.
Hanzo, or sorry, Genji. What?
They're
Are you
kind of
in
walking
left
down
side?
the
Kill
Are you
the
going
good.
left side?
I don't like the
Right
grenade
side,
there.
thank
They're likely to start a fight now, and you don't have your grenade, so you should have just left-clicked that Zenyatta instead.
Okay, no, they're in main. No.
I've seen worse. You're going to live.
We got a lag there. That's okay. Wait with the deflect. Okay, your team's. You can go for a sleep dart there. Okay, good. He already died though,
Give him a ults, I think
and
we
your
got
team's
this.
winning the fight, so that's great.
Bring it out. Take your medicine.
Nice. Okay, drop and shoot.
I think I hear someone coming in on left. No, I don't.
On the right side or something.
Okay.
Get back in the fight.
I think this Zaya's looking.
Yeah. Wouldn't surprise me.
Experience tranquility.
Get healed.
There it is.
So it's kind of unfortunate because your team was pushing down main pretty far back, and they didn't even really have a reason to. They killed the Hanzo, but that was what, like 20 seconds beforehand? So no, that doesn't even matter. So they're getting, I think they're just getting a little cocky here, and then you went to go help them out, but then that put you out of position. By the way, I'm not a huge fan of that grenade. I think he had the health pack. If not, you could have just given him left clicks. But that didn't really matter. What mattered here was that your team pushed out, and then you, as a pretty good healer, you were like, hey, okay, I'm gonna go help them out because they're out of position. And then guess what? Zarya took advantage of that and killed you all. So that wasn't necessarily your misplay. Just as a team, you guys all got really excited and were like, hey, we can totally win this. Let's go push for a fight. When it was just a 6v6. You can do that stuff when it's like a 6v4 or 6v5 maybe. But in a full-on 6v6, you guys gave up all of your position, and then you got the Zarya ultimate, of course. So maybe you could have been back a little bit further more towards that statue, that little room. And for that matter, I want to touch on one more thing that I just thought about earlier when you were. Yeah, actually, this might have been it. Is this it? Yeah, right here. When you were here, yeah, I really don't like that grenade. I would have liked for you were using this corner, which is pretty good, but actually the room behind you is much better. It's much easier to deal with Winstons who dive you. So I would have liked for you to actually use that room that was behind you in this situation. Instead, you're kind of in this corner. Winston dives you. If you're in that room just now, you have a much better chance of getting off a clutch sleep dart. So cool. Going the junk route.
Those lasers
okay.
stacked up here. They got 12 as well. Cool.
Yep. Okay, I'm gonna have to switch. I'm just gonna go soldier.
Okay.
Genji into that's just a useless thing.
Let me just get my shield back up.
Hey, left side.
Okay.
Wow, okay, so for whatever reason on your
Just for the
server,
shield.
people still do stuff like this. Or maybe this is just a one-off match, but I rarely see people going this route anymore. At least sending, 5 or 6 bodies this route.
Push.
I did like that nade.
Push slowly.
Focus Symmetra if possible.
Good. I like that you're... Oh, I think your
Heals
soldier
down.
still needs help. Okay,
There's a
I
laser on
do
my
like
back
that
there.
nade too.
I'm coming from
Wow,
Like
nobody was killing that turret. So you're missing some shots here, I believe.
Teleport the
Tele
left
up.
side, behind the point. Watch out, guys.
That's a good nade. You can
on
give
point.
nano to this Winston.
Pin down.
Reloading.
You want to secure the win here. You don't want to get passive.
You jump in.
Oh damn.
Give it to him. Give it to him. Give it to him. Please give it to him. Good.
Get in there.
I think you have
Winston in the
a
back.
Winston behind you though. You might want to help out whoever he's on. Oh shit, that's actually really bad.
Watch out for raging Thorn.
Okay, he got the. That's good. He got the teleporter. No, Reinhardt, don't go charging in like that. I'm guessing you heard someone on your headphones, but no one was there. Oh, the sleep dart. When you're 1v1 in a Winston like that, I want you to go
we got
towards
people down,
him
pull back,
and
pull
get that sleep dart in. I don't want you to back off.
I use
Get as close as possible. Get that
Should
sleep
be able to
dart,
take space now, they're quite far back.
Yep.
and
Oh, Winston's
you're
in
more
there.
likely to get sleep darts off that way. Get the nade,
Kill him,
or the
kill him,
sleep dart.
Should have
Okay, right there, you were way
probably
too
be able to
passive
kill him,
with
right?
your skills. You needed to
Yeah,
burn your
one
sleep
bar.
dart, burn your grenade
Yeah,
on that
he's
Winston.
done.
Just use everything on him.
My thing for that. I'm just gonna go up top and use my
Anna's in the left building.
my thing.
Loads of lasers on me here. Monkey, can you get that?
Monkey.
Yeah, please, monkey, kill the turrets. Thank you.
They're putting up teleport behind. I'm killing it.
Good. Your positioning is great. Throw a nade in there. Oh, there Anna got a nade. It's okay. I think you guys still won it.
Watching your back.
Yeah, I like that sleep dart. Oh, I think you... No, you didn't get her. Okay. Good nade. Wow, I thought you guys had that.
Okay, let's get 6 up.
You're covered.
Oh, let's pick. Okay, we can start moving.
I don't like that grenade. You're gonna need it for a fight here.
Yeah, with you, Rusky.
Cool. Just busting main.
Get back.
Oberon down.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Nice.
Monkey behind
Don't
you,
mind that
monkey behind
grenade.
you. Low. Dead.
Get on the point, get on the point, get on the point. Look for a sleep dart, look for a sleep dart. Okay, yeah, the grenade's good too. She should fall. Good, 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 good. Okay, I think that's it.
Do what?
Let's go.
Keep out of my way.
Yeah, yeah.
We got
Get
heal,
it?
heal to the right.
Okay.
Get back in the fight.
Okay, let's go.
My
Hello?
ultimate is
Look for a sleep dart on that
Monkey,
Winston.
monkey,
Look for a
monkey.
sleep dart. Your team needs help. You gotta help your Widowmaker there.
Trace on the backline, watch out, guys.
Take,
Winston's
fight, fight,
backline.
fight.
Look for a sleep dart. Look for a sleep dart. I think she was facing you, so that was a little bit dangerous of getting eaten by defense matrix. I would have liked for you to do it sooner. Also, positionally, you're being a little bit too aggressive in this situation. I need you to start back a little bit more, and then as the fight starts to devolve, then you can start going forward. Or back if if your team's losing the fight. But forward if they're winning.
I might nano.
I like that you're checking the scoreboard. That's great.
Anubis is charging.
Okay, cool. Okay, we gonna go through main or?
We should go right side
Okay.
and take
Can we
the
go-
turret
okay.
first.
Cool.
Landing right now?
Oh, you
Oh,
missed
you have
the
to get
jump.
Behind.
So, wow, okay, so I just kind of want to comment on the way your team, actually both teams, have been doing their attacks. You guys all send six people in one direction, in one area, and that's just such a lazy way to approach, team fighting in this game. There's not much you can do as like a solo cure as Anna if you were like a Genji or a Tracer or maybe like a Pharah, like Diva. Then you can be the one who's like flanking from a side. But it really just seems like you guys just try to brute force your way through, and just that alone is enough to just kind of be like, all right, well, it's not a very smart way to approach the game, and it kind of making me sad that this is how you guys are deciding to approach it. So maybe as like someone who's using voice comms, you can be like, hey, do you guys even have a flanker? You could probably send like maybe you and Soldier could be going on the left. And the rest of your team could be going right, or vice versa. That way, you approach the fight from two angles, and you're much more likely to succeed. The way you guys are doing it. Oh, hey, you guys might have something here. Let's see.
Nice work.
So right there, you're attacking the turret, which isn't bad, but there's a way better play to do, which is to heal your teammates. Right now, on the attack of on an assault map or 2CP map, whatever. It's way better to prioritize healing people because you need people alive, you need bodies on the point, and because you had won that fight, I need you to be prioritizing anybody who needed heals. Like this Zarya, she's at half. You need to keep everybody at max health, and trust your DPS, because if you don't, if you just lose one person, that's enough to where the fight could last another couple minutes, or you just straight up don't get it. Anyways, back to what I was saying earlier. What was I saying about fighting? Right, about splitting up your attack. It's just going to be more effective than if you guys all just kind of brute force it going up the middle, and then it puts you out of position as Anna, because it's so much harder to heal on this map, because like let's say like you have like 6 bodies here, or let's say 5, right? And you're trying to be back here healing. That's not going to work, because the fights, people are going to naturally spread out. And then if you're in here as Anna, then you're just going to get stomped. They're just going to jump on you and just kill you first, and then once you're dead, there's a small chance that you guys actually pull out the rest of the win. The next thing I want to say is the way I would like to do it. You send like 3 or 4 bodies on this side, 2 or 3 bodies on this side, or you could do a thing where it's like 2-2-2, like maybe you send somebody like over here, whatever. Anyways, so as a healer, it's much more manageable, because let's say you have like Lucio on this side, he's in charge of this clump, and then like I said earlier, maybe you're just with Soldier, and as Soldier's pushing out, you just kind of stay behind him, and you guys got each other's back. So let's say like they send like 4 bodies towards your side. Okay, then you guys back up. You have nade, you have sleep dart, he has sprint, and if you're properly positioned further away from him, you guys can disengage from the fight or press forward. That's much easier because then on this side they're also going to have an easier time. Specifically their healer, but just in general it's just going to be a way easier way to approach the fight. It's going to create your opponents to have to address 2 different sides, and that's obviously just much harder for them. So just overall it's just better in basically every way. There are exceptions, but that's generally how I'd like you to think about approaching assault maps on attack. Yeah, I think that's all I needed to say about that. Was there anything else? I think that's pretty much it. So this is easier, so try that. Okay, see what happens. No. So right there you just lost soldier.
D.Va.
Oh man, she didn't have defense matrix. Yeah, so like again, prioritize healing. Let's kind of look at that again. How did he die? Yeah. So it was unfortunate because you were reloading, but let's see if you could have done that better. So I actually don't mind that. You just kind of prioritized the wrong person. Yeah, you were healing. I think you were shooting at Lucio, or maybe it was Zarya. So okay, there's a good chance you don't get this anymore. And you're dead. Okay, that's probably the end of this push. You guys have one last shot. Okay.
We have 6 with us.
They just. Yeah.
Tracy's gone left side.
Winston behind us, guys.
You gotta go for the nade and the sleep dart. I personally like to do sleep dart and then nade. On a Winston, don't be afraid to burn anything. He's such a big midi target. Don't be afraid to just go all out on him, collapse on him, get your whole team to just finish him off. I'm assuming that's it. Yeah. Okay.
GG.
Okay. So to wrap up, your positioning on defense was better than your positioning on attack. On attack, I want you to be back more. Then you'll learn when to get aggressive and to join your team. Sleep darting and grenades. I would say your sleep darts were actually not that bad. Your nades need a lot of work. There was a lot of nades you just kind of threw out, and they were just kind of abysmal. Your prioritization needs some work about who you need to be healing, when to do damage. You didn't do damage very much this game, and that's totally okay. That one time when you shot that Torbjorn turret, it wasn't bad, but there was a better option, which was to keep your teammates fully healed, and they needed to be healed. I think it was your Zarya who needed it at the time. Then that might have allowed you to actually save that soldier. Your nano boosting seemed fine from what I recall. Your aiming could use some work, but that's true of everyone. Anybody can improve their aim. But I do think you need to kick up your aim game just a little bit more. But that's not your biggest problem. Let's see, what else? Oh, I want to commend you on defense on point A. When Genji was flanking you, you did a good job of checking. You're like, a lot of players are really lazy with their cameras and they kind of refuse to turn around. It's probably people with lower sensitivity. I don't know. But you did a good job of looking around, trying to find that Genji. Unfortunately, you did it for too long. Like, you were just looking for too long and not paying attention enough mind to your teammate. So the way you do it is you heal, and then if you hear footsteps or if you think somebody's behind you, you quickly look around for like just quarter of a second, maybe half a second, then you go back. And then you kind of keep doing that maybe every like 2 seconds or 3 seconds, depending on the situation. And then you go back to healing. So yeah, and unfortunately he had timed it so that he found you when you weren't looking. So that was slightly unlucky on your part. But you could play it better by not spending so much time looking, and just you want to be looking for just a split of just a fraction of a second, and then you want to be doing that more frequently. So cool. I think that's pretty much it. I think that wraps up the video. Hope that was helpful. And good luck in solo queue.